Hey, what's up guys? This is Astranox, patch note for the 19th of November. Let me talk about Flan. Should you be pulling for her? Because to be honest, like the patch notes is pretty much Flan side story and her artifact. So let me talk about that, right? This hero, should you be pulling for her? What about what's coming up in Epic 7? She's not a limited hero. So yeah, you should be saving for a limited hero. And we're gonna have, I feel like we should be having a new limited hero. We're getting limited heroes every what? 2 months and a half, 3 months. We had Landy, and then they reran Luna, which wasn't a new limited hero, and we can expect a new one before DN. So if you want DN and you probably want that next limited, that new one, so you should definitely be saving your Covenant Bookmarks. But Flan looks pretty solid the way I want to use her, so hear me out here. I will of course be showcasing Flan, so don't just go right ahead and like pull for her if you don't feel like she's gonna be adding any value to your roster, guys. So Flan is an Ice Ranger, Capricorn star sign, and she's got attack percentage, memory imprint. So of course that would be nice if you're trying to get that extra bit of damage. But let me talk about why I feel like this hero could definitely be useful in PvP. So Flan, the greatest thing about her, well, you know, she might be a waifu for you, but to me the greatest thing about this hero is this. Well, it's probably the same for you as well. You don't need any skill up for her. You don't need skill ups. That's so good. So yeah, who cares about the -1 turn cooldown? This thing has 6 turn cooldown on skill 3 anyways. This skill number 2, you get the critical hit damage buff for 2 turns on the target you're going to be using this on, and you're boosting their combat genius by 30% up to 40% with the skill ups. I mean, 30 to 40% is not a massive deal, guys. 30% is already a huge chunk of combat readiness. So yeah, I feel like this hero is gonna do just fine without skill ups, so that's already pretty solid. And let me talk about the artifact before I talk about my plan for using Flan. This artifact, you just need 1 copy because yo, like you're getting 10 souls when you use a non-attack skill on a ranger. You know, you use this on Flan, you can use this on Celeste, should be pretty interesting on Celeste. Could be using this on Isaria. You want to go offense, you know, Tam Isaria, and you could have Unseen Observer on Isaria, and Soulburn, whoever you're bringing, 10 souls, pretty sweet. You know, you're using this in the World Arena, they might not be expecting it. You know, I mean, I don't know, you do Celeste, Flan, plus other heroes, you already have 20 souls, pretty cool. And then 15% combat genius at plus 15 versus 20 at plus 30, you know, it's not a big difference. So don't need skill up on Flan, only we need 1 copy of Unseen Observer, looking pretty good so far. Here's how I'm going to try to use Flan. So let's say you have her with high speed, you have her with high effectiveness. You could go in World Arena, right? Or whatever, you know, you could be using her in Arena offense, you could be using her in Guild War offense. You go in there, let's say World Arena, you're fighting like a team, they have a Ruel. Ruels, they don't really have immunity, you know, in champion, like low, maybe mid-league champion, you know, or before that, they don't really build immunity. Maybe high champion league, legend league, yes, they build high effect resistance plus immunity, but they might not have it. It opens up some options for you. If you can land defense break against a Ruel, of course you will need like maybe up to 200% effectiveness on your Flan, but it's definitely possible. And then you land defense break on healable, and yeah, I mean, you could take out a Ruel, you could take out some other heroes, but you don't need to open with skill number 3, guys. You don't need to bring a hero to remove their buffs, to remove their immunity. So that's pretty cool because skill number 2, you can just open with that and then follow up with skill 3 to clean up. So hear me out on this. This is a critical hit damage buff for 2 turns on the ally of your choosing. And that's 50% critical hit damage. Of course, the lower your critical hit damage on that hero, the more value this will get, because it will be a bigger chunk of your critical hit damage. This should boost you above 350% critical hit damage. But if you build your hero with, you know, a destruction set and you take critical hit damage substats instead of attack percentage, you're going to be losing value. So there's going to be a way to gear out your hero to put this buff to better use. And when you use this thing, if you're running 2 combat units booster, let's say you have one before Flan, now that hero that you're going to be using skill 2 on, it doesn't need like any combat units, so you get a lot of value there. And then if you don't have that much critical hit damage, then and you have mostly attack, I don't know, maybe you have an attack set, you have attack percentage on your boots instead of having speed, because maybe before you were running like 1 combat unit booster and you didn't have enough to follow up. The enemy team could cut or something like that. So it does open up a lot of possibilities. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be boosting your damage by a decent chunk. Let's say you had speed main stat boots right before, and now you put attack percentage boost, then you're going to be boosting your damage by, let's say, like 20-25% damage, more damage per hit. And then you add this critical hit damage buff. Let's say you had 250% critical hit damage. Right now with this buff, 50% on top of that, that's 300% critical hit damage now. So you got a boost of 20% more damage out of that buff. So that's pretty nice, and you can build your hero slower. So you open up with this thing, take out 1 big threat, maybe 2, depending on who you're using, and then you can start to land defense break with skill number 3 and unhealable to clean up, because, well, the enemy team probably went now and they lost their immunity set. Unless they have like a hero to cleanse, you know, a Lilius, let's say, then yes, this is definitely very dangerous. And now, this hero, let's say you combine her with Pavel, right? Pavel, you build him slower, he's self-sufficient, he gets attack buff. If you bring a Mage with Tagil's Ancient Book, you don't even need it maxed out if you use Unseen Observer on Flan. So you're going to be able to Soulburn Pavel's skill 2. He gets attack buff before he deals damage against the whole enemy team, doesn't get countered. And then, you know, you can use skill number 3. You got the critical hit damage buff. You don't need that much speed on your Pavel. You can build attack percentage main stat boots. You can maybe, well, you should have him on a speed set. But yes, you wouldn't need like another combat units booster. Just Flan by herself with like 30 to 40% combat units increase means like it does definitely open up a lot of possibilities. You know, you have Flan, you have Pavel, you have a Mage, and you can make it happen. And that's just one way to go about it. You could be using like ML Luluka, you know, she's self-sufficient, she's got the attack buff in her kit. You could be using like Remnant Valet. So this is pretty cool. Now, skill number 3 doesn't deal damage. That means you don't have to worry when you're fighting like Earth heroes, because you're not doing a hit. That's like Falcon or Clury. You don't have to worry about an evade, like missing. So huge there, definitely huge. And you can also land that, you know, against a hero with like an evasion passive, an evasion buff. Yeah, it can land, and definitely opens up a lot of possibilities. So I'll be showcasing Flan. Don't go right ahead and pull for her. I'll try different things with this hero. Yes, you can be building the standard, you know, way like the way they shown us in the video for the preview of Flan. You could have like a Bazaar stripping or any hero that you prefer. You know, Briar Witch Isaria could work too. Hurado could work. So you could use Faithless Litica. That's another one that I'm planning to do. Use Faithless Litica, and to Flan, you ban the Fallen Cecilia, pre-ban or ban phase her, or you pick her yourself. And then you can just defense break and just make things happen. Like you can just destroy them very fast. So there is Tywin in the game that can, you know, give you the defense break against the enemy team, but he deals damage. That means like he's not in a good position versus Earth heroes or Earth heavy teams, which definitely would not get drafted. Or like, that's the problem when you rely on defense break in like World Arena. They can break your combo very easily. But Flan, even though you don't have the Dispel, you know, maybe they banned your Dispel or something like that, you don't have your Faithless Litica, you were heavily relying on her, Maybe you don't have her anymore, but still, you can open up with that skill number 2 and follow up with the skill number 3. And I think it's going to be viable because that extra bit of damage you're getting from that 50% critical hit damage buff might be just enough. And the fact that you're going to be building your hero slower with attack percentage main stat boots. And I mean, maybe you're using a combat units booster before Flan and you're going with like no speed, you're going attack set from Golem, and then you have attack percentage on your main stats on your boots, and you're going to be dealing a lot of damage. Like you're going to hit really hard with her. So there's quite a few ways to be using this hero, and with high effectiveness you can really surprise the enemy team and just like land that defense break, and now like you're just gonna be doing so much more damage, especially with like very like tanky. The meta is very like tanky, a lot of bruisers, so you could make things happen. And if you don't deal damage against a team with ambitious Tywin, well, he cannot, you know, cleanse. So this would stick until you deal damage. And maybe the unhealable is actually protecting the decreased defense. Depends on the order. So that's also pretty cool right there. So the Powder of Knowledge shop rotation is here. Wasn't there originally. So we have Alabastron, we have Doctor's Bag. Oh my god, they rushed putting that one in there, right? Oh god. Time Matter is here. So I mean, you could be using that with yes, you could be using that with top model Luca for a lot of fun. I'll showcase her if I manage to get her on account number 1 with Time Matter. Should be fun. You could be using that on Mage to just like cycle faster when you land a kill. Song of Stars, your opportunity is here if you're using let's say Furious in Wyvern. Yeah, very powerful for him. And I mean, Song of Star, you could be using that on other heroes. Elfelt Valentine comes to mind. 4-star artifact, you've got maybe you need anything like something out of this. Wondrous Potion Vial is definitely like the better one here on the Soul Weaver. Helps a lot in PvE content if you don't have like a cleanser. Very nice artifact right there. Hell Cutter is good for damage, you know, crit chance and attack if you don't have that much crit chance on your hero and they're built slower. Adamant Shield, you know, another layer of protection that you could have on a knight. That's if you're running multiple knights and you want more, you know, if you want to boost your survivability. So we got the side story of Flan, of course, and the catalyst if you're going to be skilling her up. Well, here they are. You've got the Dragon's Wrath. You have Cursed Ashes and Slime Jelly. So there you go. And yeah, I'll be pulling for her. I'll be showcasing her. I'll pull her on account 1. I did Secret Shop refreshes just to get her because I feel like she will open up quite a few possibilities. And that does sound very interesting to me. So yeah. Good luck, guys. I'm Astranox. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like. If you loved it, consider subscribing to the channel. Good luck with all you do. Peace out for now.